soon, if not now, so we can see what new stuff is being picked up. And there's that OD, brand new boy, picked up by Nigma Galaxy, with the Bane and the Queen of Pain picked up by Tundra Esports. Black, why don't you talk us through these opening picks and bans?
Well, OD we have seen being ignored at the very beginning of the tournament and then gradually getting picked up earlier and earlier. Now it's picked up like in the first phase pretty much by every team, or first phase banned even. It's just the powers of a hero, can go 2 lanes very comfortably and scale into the mid late game very strongly as well. And Bane is my favorite +5. Like whenever I have to play +5, that's the guy I pick. First of all, I'm a very bad +5, but you know, Bane is pretty OP, so that's why I pick him. So if you want to get free MMR, pick Bane. Hero's insane. I don't like the crop too much, to be honest.
What do you think about this Queen of Pain on from second pick like this? Navi did it to Tundra yesterday, actually.
Yeah,
like,
did nothing.
2 games. The first 2
did absolutely
like
nothing.
This. Yeah, it's a bit peculiar to me.
We saw OG
what do you
do
do
very
now?
well with it yesterday, though.
10 seconds remaining.
Didn't we?
That was not first 2 pick though.
Yeah, that was a late pick. Yeah.
5 seconds.
Yeah, like now, what do you do with this Quap? Like you kind of have to put it middle, but Odie is very strong against Quap, and the Baden just like shields off the Shadow Strike if you want to put him off lane. Hero's completely countered already.
Well, I think you can still play the Queen of Pain offlane with Scream, perhaps, right? But it's like what we saw yesterday was just pretty bad lane setup by Navi, right? Where the Queen had no game. But if you don't skill Shadow Strike, then it's just very hard to dominate the lane, though, right? Like any carry would just be like, all right, you screamed me, fine. Well, sure, but they also did pick the Abaddon, right? So you have to kind of adjust. I mean, you can. It's just like Queen of Pain is a pretty strong hero. Like overall, has a lot of burst, and you know, it maybe is flexible in the draft for these guys. So it's like I could see that. And then if you end up throwing it off lane, it's just you need to make sure that he has a game, right? At least. Then you can play Dota. But if he doesn't have a game, then of course, yeah, he's pretty sad. But you could also turn it around and say, well, it's Abaddon 5. If you play Queen offlane, now you have a ranged offlaner against Abaddon 5. If you pair it together with a strong 4, you might actually have free farm on the Quap, right? Because Abaddon can't really, you know, contest that much. But we'll see what they do. It might also just be 9-0, right? And they just picked it, knowing that they want a strong mid, and then they can pick the offlaner and the carry later on with like...
It's rough against Odie, though. Like, the lane is really rough. Because Odie doesn't care at all about the Shadow Strike spam.
9 really doesn't play it as well in his top 10 heroes in the past couple of patches. Is not in there at all. I don't know. I don't see any Quap in their frequently played heroes. That is an unusual first 2 pick.
33 doesn't play it either. Like, it's not his style of hero at all.
It's not 33 hero. I think it's a 9 hero, nonetheless.
It has to be, I think, too.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if anybody actually plays Queen of Pain with Shadow Strike nowadays. Isn't it all just like Scream?
I mean, most of the time when it's middle, like you skill like Scream level 1 to secure the range creeps, but then you go like 2 in Shadow Strike to sort of dominate the lane. But if the matchup doesn't allow it, then yeah, you just max Blink and Scream and then start ganking.
I want to mention the OD as well, because that's not a Nigma hero that we've seen them pick up very much. Mind Control doesn't play it, really. And Miracle, I've not seen many Miracle games in here. Do you think it will be an off-lane one here or a mid-lane? What sort of stuff do you expect Nigma will pull out from it?
It's a Miracle OD, for sure. Like, he played it a lot at the TI Day 1, which one was it, 7? Or 8? So whatever TI Day 1, like, he played like a super good OD at that TI. So he's very comfortable on the hero. So I expect him to play it, because it doesn't really strike me as a Mind Control hero. He's more like the Tide Hunter, like frontline kind of guy.
Mind Control is kind of having a little bit of a dirty role, though, sometimes. He's just kind of getting thrown on whatever, right? Like the first 2 OD, and then it's a bad OD game. We're gonna give it to Mind Control, and then we're gonna pick Miracle's hero again. You know, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that might also happen.
I felt so sorry for him in that tree site when he was like, I don't want to play Tide again, please, don't make me do it.
Just play like Seb. that was a rough true side, man.
Poor guy.
Did you ever do that to your player, Misery, where like just play like that guy? And did it work?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Just play anti-mage like Burning.
I mean, it's also because it was it's like you're mid-series, right? You just play like him.
5
You know?
seconds
How do you adjust so fast in mid series?
It
hard,
was
right?
such a funny statement. Like I still can't tell if he was actually like serious or was half joking.
Dire
But
team
it
pick.
was.
It's the opposite of advice that people give to teenagers. Just be yourself. No, don't be yourself. Try and imitate someone else. You're not good enough.
Radiant
That's
team
not fair at all. Mind Control is a fine offlaner, and we're going to be seeing what Tundra are picking up in the second phase, which is a Nyx assassin first off. Is this an anti-OD pick, or is there another logic for it?
It's a hero to play together with co-op in the game, right? You have the Nyx Vendetta running around, then you can set up kills,
10
and then it's
seconds remaining.
yeah, it is definitely anti-OD as well. And now it might be the territory
5
where you're gonna put
seconds
that OD
remaining.
off lane for mind control. Right?
Yeah,
It's
but
kind of countered now.
I do actually think though it's more of an offlane OD counter than a mid OD counter, because if you don't go Aghanim's, which mid ODs don't go, like it actually doesn't deal AoE damage, so you can't get carry-paced. So you
Yeah,
can kind
I
of
mean that
mitigate it a little bit.
that's true. The carapace doesn't do much, but the mana burn is just like
The mana burn is super
nasty.
annoying, yeah. And we have seen yesterday, Snake King's Nyx Assassin was like level 25 before his mid laner even. I don't know how that happened, but
yeah.
What sort of
Oh.
stuff do you want Nigma to pick up here? They pick up a Rubik already. What's the logic for that? Is that a Bane steal? What else are they looking for this one?
I mean, you have basically 3 heroes you can steal something nice from, right? You steal Impale, it's really powerful, right, on Rubik, and the same with like Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain,
even mana burn too.
10
mana
anything,
burn,
really.
anything
Yeah.
pretty much, yet. And then it's just you need a stun, you need a GH
5
hero,
seconds
Rubik.
remaining.
It seems like a solid choice here.
Is it
I'm
like a
always
pretty
thinking
decent-
when I see Nyx, and you don't have a 4 yet, I think Rastar Lion perhaps because you can hex them, but Rubik can also just kind
Dire
of
team pick.
the lift
Just
is
lift them out.
also powerful, right?
Kunkka. Well, I'm expecting Kunkka to be. Well, they're really flexible now, but I do think it's going to be mid OD and offlane Kunkka. Like, it just makes more sense like, when I
think
think about the
it's-
players.
Could be ILTW Kunkka though, right?
Or
I
the
think-
carry Kunkka meta.
I think that's
yeah.
more
5
likely.
seconds remaining.
I think offlane Kunkka is it's not. I don't know.
5
It's like probably the
seconds
worst of the
remaining.
3.
Yeah, it's not great unless you get like a pretty decent game, which is not the
Yeah,
easiest feat.
it's too risky, right?
But can you really pick like a carry Kunkka? And if they have last pick, like, it sounds really risky. If they pick like a lifestealer now, it's like a god tier pick.
It's
Yeah.
the first Kunkka
kind of
we've
is.
had of the tournament so far. It's been banned quite a lot. The hero that I will point to has not been picked or banned is Razor, who has been getting first picked or banned pretty much every single series. Why no Razor? Have they forgotten about him?
Nigma can't pick Razor because just of how the draft of Tundra is.
Well,
Like Bane,
actually,
Quap,
this
and
was-
Nyx.
10 seconds
Yeah, this was something we
remaining.
talked about yesterday as well, right? Like this Queen of Pain kind of is like, okay, you don't
5
get to pick
seconds
Razor now,
remaining.
right? We have a Quap, and we're gonna put it against the Razor, so you're kind of not gonna pick it. And then
Yeah.
Tundra is also not gonna pick it because they have a Quap already, which means Quap Razor course doesn't sound like, unless it's
So
like
awkward.
a godly Razor pick, like last pick into like a troll or something, you're not gonna go for it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
But overall, like, whose draft do you like better? I quite like Tundra's setup for like this god tier carry they're gonna pick last. Like,
Radiant team ban.
it's gonna be really tough for Nigma to answer that because it's gonna be blind for them.
yeah, I can see what you mean. Like the thing about Nigma's draft right now is that you don't have a clear win condition, and you're kind of playing very much to like this mid game timing, right? With the OD Kunkka, Abaddon,
Yeah.
team fights, and if
10 seconds
Tundra ends up having
remaining.
like a better carry matchup, they can kind of dodge this timing because Nigma
5
doesn't have that much
seconds
tower damage
remaining.
either, and like a really nice ability to force these fights. So
Yeah.
it might
If
be
it's not a
easier
carry
game.
Kunkka, like, what do you want to see for Nigma?
I mean, can you? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, right? Because you don't have last pick. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's really, really tough. And like, I liked Anti-Mage a lot, but only after the Darkseid pick, which they didn't know, obviously.
Dire
So
team ban.
they banned a Troll.
Okay, they
still-
banned AM.
Oh, isn't Lifestealer still so strong here for Tundra? Like, they gotta be careful they don't pick another hero that's bad against Lifestealer.
Why is the Lifestealer so strong here?
I mean, the magic immunity just messes up every hero, right? Like, Odin doesn't deal any
10
damage through it.
seconds
Kunkka spells
remaining.
don't work through it. They just have 0 damage against Lifestealer. If he gets like
5
2-3
seconds
items, he's just gonna
remaining.
1v5 them.
Radiant team
Yeah,
pick.
I mean, it's definitely a problem. Like you have some kite ability with Abaddon and OD, right, to some extent. But yeah, I don't see where the damage comes from to kill an Nyx here.
Yeah, did you just go Draw Ranger again? They seem to really favor that hero lately.
Man, I think you just have to commit to your OD
10
Kunkka course
seconds
and
remaining.
pick a strong offlaner here. That's what I think. Or do the all
5
flexing,
seconds
you know?
remaining.
I don't think you can throw mind control to the wolves here. Some offlane Kunkka,
Dire
you know?
team pick.
And then he's just gonna get naked.
Morphing, they're doing it, which is the next answer though. That's a good answer.
It's actually quite nice because now you have it's also a really free morphling game, right? The
Yeah.
only hero that's annoying for you maybe is Nyx.
What did you know as Tundra then? Like Lifesteal doesn't look that good anymore. So
Yes, so I actually like to do offlane OD here now, and not
5
Kunkka, and just
seconds
put the
remaining.
Kunkka mid to create space, right? And be.
I think so
Because
too.
he's also good against the Quap, right?
yeah. Do we just go PL carry then? Like the heroes are okay against PL, but like if he gets
I think PL
like,
is
like
really
a hard,
good. The heroes are not good against PL.
Mhm.
Like I don't
Yeah.
think any of them really are. Maybe Kunkka a little bit, right? If it's a really
like you have to
fat
catch
Kunkka.
him first and burst him, otherwise you're just gonna
Yeah.
lose.
Are there any other options but the PL?
Lifestealer could still work because you have the quad bomb. It's not the
because
greatest anymore.
If you pick Lifestealer now, then you don't have this late game shit, right? Because the morphling is just so strong. So the Nigma can play more chill.
Yeah, like if
what
they want
else is
late game,
there?
PL is definitely the best option, I would say.
It could draw as well, maybe.
Drow looks pretty decent against OD Morph, yeah. Don't have the best front line
What
for him,
about
though.
TA?
Stupid. Brave, but
It is the
it's
PL.
Yeah.
We will right first off. How do you feel about this draft, Misery, the Tundra draft?
I liked what Nigma did towards the end there, because I think they were kind of in trouble, like we talked about. I do also think that PL is a really good pick into Morphling, generally speaking, but it's not as one-sided as, you know. Yeah, it's like if Morphling has a really good game, then he gets a fast E-Blade. Like, PL can just die in 1 second, right?
So would you say that the Nigma draft is all on the Morphling getting big, or is there anyone else who needs to particularly step
No,
up
I
in
think
this match?
the Kunkka's role is also really important, right? Because we saw Kunkka versus Puck yesterday, and Puck did a lot of work, whereas the mid Kunkka kind of has to win his lane and have like maybe 1k net worth or something above the other mid. And then if he has that, then he's like really strong, right? He can just do whatever he wants, be really high level. And even the OD's role in this game is also really important because an OD that loses his lane is kind of useless, right?
Yeah.
I like Nigma's draft though.
I actually think like the PL last pick looks super strong on paper, but how is he gonna lane against Rubik OD? That sounds like a nightmare. Bane Phantom Lancer should get crushed in that lane, right?
I think so too. I think you skill Q and OD level 1 and you just already start whacking this PL and the Rubik just nukes him.
Yeah.
And you kind of just ignore the Bane and you bully this PL, right? And
yeah, and more free farms against Darkseer, right?
Yeah, you would think they would win 3 lanes here actually, right?
Yeah, at least 2. Maybe middle they can lose somehow, but I think they're gonna win at least 2 side lanes, yeah.
The thing is, if the quad plays to win the mid lane, it's like he's gonna have to skill Shadow Strike, right? Like pretty high level as well. Like you're not gonna win off screaming him. So, and then you have this weird quad with max Shadow Strike, right? What exactly is that doing now? I don't know. But yeah.
Well, tricky. If Nigma are going to win all 3 lanes, then maybe they'll take the game. But there's plenty of tank left in Tundra's draft here to push through. We're going to hand over to 2 top-tier casters to take us through some top-tier Dota. It's Nomad and Lizard.
Thank you very much, Dan. Yes, that comment just got you added to my Christmas card list. Thank you very much. Yeah, Lizard. I mean, interesting drafts between these two, but nothing outside of what we expect from these 2 teams, of course.
Is Nomad muted?
Whoops. Well, you guys could hear me, but Lizard couldn't. But he didn't need to hear me anyway. It's fine. Lizard, what do you think of the drafts?
Yeah, I think that Daniel often is getting better and better at this casting thing, especially at the throws. A lot of compliments.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what you said. We're on the same page, man. You see,
really are.
I like the drafts. I like both of these drafts. I lean towards OD a little bit just because I watched Collapse this morning twice in a row, just completely obliterate Team Empire. And this hero, I'm not certain just how teams are still letting it go through. Like, you let this OD go through, he gets his 7 to 8 minute mark. Meteor Hammer Suddenly you don't have your tier 1 on the safe lane, your carry cannot farm in his own jungle, and your tier 1 on the mid lane is falling in like upcoming 5 minutes. He brings saves, he brings the damage. It's just an overall beast of a hero at the moment.
Do you think they have answers to deal with the OD, or is there no answer to OD at the moment? Is that the problem?
I saw the same exact attempt this morning in the form of Nyx. Like Team Empire tried a position for Nyx Assassin to maybe mana burn OD, also break up all his combos with the stuns. Didn't do anything. You just die in one sanity's eclipse later on.
No.
But it also comes down to the player. Snake King is an amazing Nyx Assassin player, and sometimes he outfarms his cores. So maybe we'll see one of those situations here. And this Nyx Assassin also has a Darkseer, so Iron Shell the Nyx Assassin, let him farm the jungle, he gets a lot of experience. You know, there are some tricks up Tundra sleeves as well, which are pretty good for them. This PL, if he goes out of control, it looks like a really decent game for him.
Yeah, they don't have any of those, convincing AoE just take down spells to deal with the PL this game. It's not completely out of the question. We've seen Morphling do well against PL, especially if he's playing from ahead. It can mean trouble for the PL. And of course, they have the Conqueror as well. So there are options, but it's never it can never be a really bad game for PL in these two drafts. He can always kick off, and I think they're going to have to look at pressuring him. But that's exactly why they've picked the OD, they want to try and put some pressure on that safe lane, make sure he's just not having a free game at all. And that's exactly what they'll try and do. And then, of course, we have to look at our mid matchup as well, which, of course, is going to be Miracle on the Conquer versus the Queen of Pain. What do you think about this one? I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a good lane for the Queen of Pain, right?
It's what Misery and Black were talking about. You can max out the Shadow Strike to kind of do well in the lane. With me, Queen of Pain is always the same question. Just how well do you do after the laning stage? Do you get 3 kills in a row, or do you die once and then your whole game is kind of slowed down and you're not a threat to anything on the map? Still, though, Queen of Pain at the moment looks a little bit stronger, a little bit better. She has that shard build-up, which is quite neat. And she is bringing some burst damage versus Morphling. She's bringing some control and jump, backline jump versus Rubik, which is also nice. So overall, all things said, I like Kunkka's side more. I think his game is easier to play. I think just X-marking anyone on the map post 10-minute mark, bringing in OD with you, and you have kills. I feel like it's just much easier to execute.
So are you worried for Nigma in this event then? Because we've seen them. I don't want to. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Okay, back to my train of thought. They've had some problems with cohesion in the game so far, haven't they?
It's just Nigma. I wouldn't say that it's problems for them. I would always say it's just them figuring stuff out. It's not the first time. So many seasons before, they just start in a really bad way, and then they pick up the pace, they find their true form, find their true strategies, and they make it work. It's just a matter of time until it clicks for them, really. At least that's a pattern that I have noticed in the past.
Yeah, it takes some time, and of course, last time around they didn't qualify for the first major. Can't remember if they qualified for the Singapore major, but they managed to qualify to the ANA major, and then they made a great run through there. So, and that wasn't that long ago, and still the same roster and everything. We know they've been off for a while. We know they're probably resetting. Do you think there's a chance they're just taking it easy until the next patch comes along? Maybe.
That's also a possibility. I don't think anyone is taking it too easy right now because of the seasons and the way they work. You don't really have a lot of game time. You don't really have a lot of games to prove yourself, to get yourself to the next LAN events, and every single game matters. So you don't really have a lot of time to rest any longer. It's pretty much post TI, a couple of weeks that you get, and that's it. Back to the grind.
Back to the grind. There is no rest. Absolutely not. While the game is paused here, some tips coming out as well. What else we can talk about as well? I mean, are there any good morph targets for morphling this game other than the PL?
You mean to morph into, other than the PL? Not that I see, actually. Nothing too crazy. You can get some Darkseer, I suppose. Yeah, nothing too amazing in this game. No Shakers, no Elder Titans, no Dark Willows, nothing alike. He has a ton of targets that he can E later on, and that's kind of good for LTW. Stay down. Stay down.
Strange phrasing, yeah, strange phrasing, but we'll take it. I mean, my personal favorite morph combos has to be the morph shaker. I know it was short-lived morph shaker, but man, it was so fun watching TNC just rinse people with that combo. It was super broken, but so fun to watch.
I mean, short-lived. Like, teams continued playing that for like a year, Nomad. Like, you were casting at least 10 games of that last season. What are you talking about? Come on. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember anything which happened in the past couple of days, actually.
Remember, like, at the beginning of the last DPC season when Shaker got his totem thing? Like, when he could stun anyone on the field. And then when they started playing Morphing Shaker again.
That brought it back.
That was a mess. Yeah. There's just some... Sorry.
I was going to ask what happened to offlane Shaker, because that was super fun. I loved seeing an offlane Shaker.
It was picked, actually, at the beginning of the DPC season quite a bit on offlane, and then the hero just disappeared. I guess, you know, he gets countered a little bit by some other heroes that come into the meta, and then teams even stop picking the hero that's countered all the time. It's like this cycle of meta that we constantly see. By the way, can the developers please unpause the game?
Oh, it's me. I've paused the game. I just wanted to catch up.
Can you fix Miracle's internet problems?
Yeah,
Nomad? Can you call his ISP?
Yeah, I'll give him a ring. I'll tell him to stop messing around. We got a game to cast, bro. Come on. Enjoying some of your comments in the chat as well. Does Nomad have ears on his neck? No, it's just a headset which has gone down pretty low, but you know, fair enough.
He thinks it's cool, chat. He thinks he's cool like that, like to have his headset way down low.
Yeah, it's like the jeans, you know, when you have the jeans nice and low, you know, around down the bottom of your hips. Everyone's watching, thinking how great you are. What's the most fun hero to play in Dota right now, then? I mean, you're a big Visage fan, right? Sure, Visage is pretty fun right now.
Yeah, no, he's not that fun.
Oh dear.
No. He hasn't been fun for a really long time. What I do is I queue as position 5, and then I pick Elder Titan and actually go for Agnums. That's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, just punching people, carrying from the pos
just slap
5.
people around. Yeah, pretend that you're a position 5. You buy 2 sentries, you know, and then no one can blame you for not having any.
The classic. I bet you pick Ogre Magi and build Midas as well, don't you?
Of course. By the way, huge shout out to whoever did that 5-minute removal thing at the beginning. No more pauses at the beginning of the games. I love that so much, especially because I'm playing a lot in Eastern Europe, and players here, you know, they queue up, then they go for a smoke break, and they can't really smoke inside their grandma's apartment, so they need to go on the balcony. By the time they go, 10 minutes has passed, the pause is still there. You're just waiting, you know, for a little bit too long. So it's a great improvement to the quality of life. And it's also very healthy for these players. They need to stop smoking. So you see how Valve is really...
Wow.
Master Gaben is looking after all of us.
He really is. He really is. Yeah. Don't let... I mean, he just knows that the Dota addiction has to be stronger than the smoking addiction. You know, it's a hierarchy, isn't it?
I wouldn't call it addiction. It's love. Come on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, Dota love. Yes. Please spend all your money on the Battle Pass, by the way. Let's see what's going on in current events. Yatoro has said in an interview he doesn't like Amar's behavior in matchmaking.
You're starting.
Oh, we're going. Okay, all right. We don't get to do the weekly news roundup with Nomad and Lizard. We got a game to cast. What a shame. You guys missed out on that one, but what you're not going to miss out on is his awesome game of Dota 2. It is Tundra versus Team Nigma. In case you have forgotten, I would not blame you. These two teams battling it out in elimination best of 3 here at the OGA Dota pit. Everything on the line. You lose this game, you go home. Just kidding, it's an online tournament. They're already home, but they're going to be sad sitting at home and not happy sitting at home and with loads of money coming into their bank account like you would if you won the tournament. And that's what they want to do. Now over towards the top side.
Oh,
GH.
Oh. They baited him thinking, he doesn't die. And he might even die here. Has that Fade Bolt.
He's not even a +5. He can't even justify dying for a ward here. Mind control. Is there anything he can do? I don't think so.
If he dies.
Let's see.
If he
Let's
dies.
see.
It's not dead yet.
One more right click. Oh, he loves the vacuum, gets the kill. 33 brings him down. And actually, they're going for more here. Mind control being chased. Kuro's going to throw in the nice little coil there to give him a little bit of health. And that's going to mean that Tundra just get themselves the 1 kill. Still pretty big, though.
Yeah, pretty big because it's a kill and 100 gold that you got from the rune. So Fata, he gets up. Actually, wait, he got 2 wards? He got 2 wards. That's 200 gold additional for this Bane. He has 300 gold on top of everything that he started the lane with. Cool start for him, yeah.
Feeling good, man. But no stats, I guess. You know, that's always that. Won't be hitting too hard. Won't be building up. Oh, LTW. What's he doing up here? Well, he's trying to come to lane because he's on the radiant side. He's being bullied by 33 and snaking before he can even get to the creep wave. That's what's happening here. My goodness, that's not very nice.
He was the one snatching the enemy bounty rune. Took a little bit of time to get back to the lane, but one thing that I really like about this combination, top lane, Bane, Fata.
Ooh, very, very low. He's going to pop that stick, but he might still be in a bit of trouble. The right click's coming through. Fairy Fire's out. He does have a salve should he want to use it, but he'll be absolutely fine. Gets his way under the tower. GH will not be able to cancel out that salve, though he might get a courier in the process. Let's see. He's going for both here. GH, you greedy boy. You greedy boy, but it pays off. Greed is good for GH as he gets both of those couriers. Perfect.
It's more about the morale victory, right? 25 gold. It's not really a huge advancement for your team, but it's pretty solid. You see Kuroki play a lot of Abaddon lately. Like, I haven't seen this hero in position 5 that much, at least. Like, he started with Mist Coil, and as LTW goes all into Agi, he just heals a ton of his HP, right? Percent based. So, it's a pretty cool combination on the safe lane to have.
Oh, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. You can, you know, it's making those heals much more efficient. Any healing plus Morphling's always good, right? So, it does make a lot of sense. Mid lane, we've got Miracle versus 9. Miracle starting off strong with the 12, but there's a wave under 9's tower. And if he can get all these, and he will pull ahead on the CS. So very even in the middle lane right now. Both heroes having a bottle.
You know, one big thing that happened when Bane devoured the second observer board at the beginning, he also used the sentry to block the small camp from Kunkka, so he doesn't have that to work with. Usually Kunkka has like 2 stacks at this point, and he's getting that bonus farm there. My biggest problem is the stop lane. I feel like Mind Control and GH are already left unchecked. Skitter is struggling, he has no regen, both couriers died. Mind Control already pretty much has his Ring of Health in 100 gold. Few creeps left.
Yeah, another reason why this hero is so good as an offlaner as well. A lot of people are like, oh, it's OD, you know, he's quite squishy. It's like, well, is he? When he gets his Ring of Health, which is a natural build up into the item he wants to build anyway, he can tank a lot of harass. As long as you don't burst him down, he's going to be absolutely fine. And naturally, he's pretty tanky anyway, right?
I don't think he's squishy at all. He hasn't been for a really long time. He's not squishy, plus he's fast. He has base for 4.4 regen anyway, without the ring. It's pretty ridiculous. Nothing Osrog there.
Totally normal stuff. Meanwhile, Tundra, they're cutting some waves down at bottom. Now, is Morphling a hero which cares about his creep waves being cut?
Oh, he's pretty fine farming under the tower. I think he is happy getting all the last hits. Abaddon might fall here.
Yeah,
he doesn't really have a shield to work with. Oh, 33. He lost the follow there. Doesn't have vacuum as well. Yeah, he just lost the kill. I think he had him, but it's one of those things when you click in front of the hero, and as he's blocking the path, your hero moves back trying to find a different pathing. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed. Oh, middle lane, Miracle. Pretty low, but does get the X marks and the torrent back into 9 in the middle of the creep wave as well, meaning he's going to take quite a lot of damage. Wand out from Miracle under the tower. He's been really brave here, consistently coming back forward onto 9, just trying to get off more hits upon him. will not be able to do so. Meanwhile, up at top, Skitter's on the run, doppelganger away, lift out onto the wrong one. You gotta try, but unfortunately they don't get the right PL. Therefore, they will not be getting the kill. No miracle.
One good,
Visit back to lane.
exactly, one good thing that you have as a Kunkka is you can always X marks the spot, TP back base, refill your bottle, come back in. So it's very difficult to completely dominate him. But man, they're really pressuring the small camp next to him. They're blocking it all the time. They're not allowing him to get that extra last hits.
No, they are not. That is for sure. Not allowing them to supplement their farm as they always do. It's a classic game at the moment. I don't know, do you think the mid lane's boring in the way it's played currently?
It's been that way for a while, right? There are some
Yeah.
players, like yesterday we saw Sumail on mid lane making it fun, diving all the time, but most players are just satisfied with farming and getting runes. So, especially in a game such as this one, in which you don't really have heroes that want to rotate that often towards mid lane.
I think they should make it so you're not allowed to get gold from anything other than lane creeps for the first 10 minutes of the game.
It's not about the lane creeps. It's not like heroes are going into the jungle and farming stacks that much. It's more about the runes, right?
Right.
You just, it's very difficult to die unless you super commit. You have to make a mistake to actually get punished for it.
I see. So it's about the trading, right? Like, trading doesn't really matter when you've got this bottle refill every now and again, so you never really get low enough. Got
Yeah,
it.
and Skitter is not trading with top lane at all.
33 managed to grab the rune. 9 suddenly, Miracle suddenly realized, wait a minute, this Darkseer is pretty low here. Might be able to grab myself a kill. X marks comes down, boat is there, and there we go. Miracle grabbed himself a freebie, so didn't get the rune, but got the Darkseer instead. I think that's worthwhile for him.
That's super worth it. Like, you get a couple of big creeps, plus you get the Darkseer. Like, a rotation that you didn't truly expect,
Dire's bottom tower is under
turning out
attack.
in a really good way for you.
Not too sure what the plan was for 33 there, but certainly wasn't that. 9 going for the steal. This will even things out, at least when it comes to the bounty trades, so 9's able to get that done.
I'm just looking at 9 and thinking, like, what's the play here for him? Top lane probably is the lane that he should
Dire's
gank,
middle tower is under
but
attack.
perhaps after snaking goes there too. I don't really see him PL and Bane making a kill top and top lane.
Ooh, Hammer coming on down. Here's the reveal, but he doesn't quite time it right, and Skitter is able to get off the doppelganger. Very tricky to do there for a mind control, to be fair, but still, it is
Can you even do it? Like, can you do it in such a way that he doesn't doppelgang?
I've played a lot of PL, and I'm not able to do it,
But it's you.
so that's completely inconclusive. Yeah, still
Yeah.
could be either one. Fatter getting the fat D ward. Yeah, get that cliff. GH, he's furious. He's fuming here. Absolutely. Oh, and Fatter's now going to come and try and interrupt the stacks as well. Oh, yeah. Just being annoying. Just being a very annoying man, Fatter.
Fata is one of the most efficient position 5s that I've been watching lately. Yeah, his team is not having a great time in most tournaments, but man, he's on point. Everything that he does is pretty calculated, and he's like one of these position 5s that it feels like he nerded out everything in the game, right? He knows exactly when a GH will be stacking, he goes there, knows where the wards should be. Just very methodical. It's literally the player to watch for if you want to improve your position 5 gameplay. Plus he plays some fun heroes like Gyro and whatnot.
Yeah, I do like some good gyro pos
Dire's
5.
top tower is under attack.
Still though, he's level 4 and they're already pressuring top lane. Can they... Oh, he might fall. Ah, there's no Meteor Hammer.
That's a relief. Nightmare's out anyway, as that will be taken onto the Rubik instead, and Skitter actually getting pretty aggressive here, and in comes 9. They're looking to finish off mind control, and the screen will allow them to do exactly that. The OD is dead. First big rotation from 9 works out perfectly.
I actually expected that perhaps Nyx rotates top first and then they rotate the co-op, punish OD. but only Quap was needed, and this is a huge win for Tundra, slowing them down a little bit, slowing this OD aggression down.
Yeah, especially the OD, right? Like, the more you can slow them down early on, the more you protect that safe lane tier 1, the mid lane tier 1, and just generally his pressure on the map gets reduced just a little bit.
Exactly, and when you look at OD, he does have, Mind Control does have his Meteor Hammer, but he didn't truly damage the tier 1 on top lane. Like, it's still pretty healthy, and PL, even though his beginning was pretty much terrible, he's recovering.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have ourselves a very dead Darkseer here, I believe. Although that's at 33, trying to move his way to the trees here. But unfortunately, his Duke path is a little bit restricted because guess who's coming in? It's ILTW who scoops up the kill onto 33 and now doing a lot of damage in response. But he's going to get stunned up here. 9 has a lot of damage as well. ILTW gets caught out. Oh no, that is not ideal.
There were some nice jukes there from the Darkseer. He bought some time. Morphling came in, he helped out finish the Darkseer, but yeah, I like the Morphin to Queen of Pain. He just didn't expect the sleep to be so on point and so instant afterwards.
Yeah, got off the scream, but couldn't do much after that, and trapped inside that Queen of Pain body. He couldn't get the strength morph off either, and does just become an easy kill with his setup on the Nyx Assassin. Unfortunate, and that's going to be quite a big hit for this game, because I do feel like a lot of this game is going to come down to just the matchup. I feel like whoever's got the richer carry is just going to feel much, much stronger. Do you agree with that?
Well, not only richer, you have to think about the heroes that are supporting him, right? This Morphling does have some support from Abaddon, Bane, top lane. He might be dead here.
Astral Hammer, dead.
Yeah, this time around it was easy. They rotated Abba as well. But a big hero to look out for is this Darkseer. Like, he's sitting on third in the network charts. He hasn't been truly contested that hard. He's been creep skipping and connecting the waves to neutral camps in the Radiant jungle. And he almost has, what, 1300 gold away from his Aghanims.
Good lord, that is going to be quick. 33 farming up a Storm right now, and with that Aghanims, he's going to farm up even more. For those of you that don't remember, Lizard, why don't you refresh them on what the Aghanims does?
It's pretty strong. You click on 3 random heroes on your team, you give them the Science Shell, it buffs up your HP by, what, 275? And you just go ham. Suddenly, your whole team is a bit buffer, and you can take team fights. This PL as well benefits tremendously from it. He's going to have Diffusal, so he won't struggle at keeping distance, plus the Iron Shell.
Yeah,
A lot of damage.
a lot of damage. Plus, with the extra duration as well, it's really good for just shoving waves out really hard. You can just put it on the creeps as they're at the tier 2 or tier 1 tower, and they are just going to shove that wave out repeatedly. Very annoying to deal with.
I really feel that Nigma isn't playing around the OD as much as they could.
Hello, Snaking just comes up to the high ground here, immediately gets caught out. He does have the spike carapace to purge off the boat damage, but is it going to be enough to keep him alive? I think it might be actually. Vendetta away, they don't have the stun, they don't have the catch, X-Mark's already used, Snaking is out.
Yeah, they didn't have Dust. If they had Dust, there's a blink on Rubik, so maybe he would be able to follow up, but that wasn't possible. I really feel like if you're Nigma, you should be playing around mind control a little bit more. Take down this tier 1 as soon as possible. Sleep is there.
Yep. Let's see, where's the follow-up? They're going for Kuro. They want to try and take down the support first, or at least trigger that ultimate upon him. And now they move over towards Mind Control as well. Mind Control definitely going to get finished up here. He does get off the Astral add onto himself. GH actually coming in, trying to help out in some way, shape, or form, but there's nothing they can do as Mind Control gets killed off. They'll look over to Kuro. He will fall as well. 2 kills for Tundra. Can Nigma get any kind of revenge here? They're jumping onto Fada, but they can't get the damage off to take him down. Now he gets off the grip. Fata on a sliver of HP is going to be able to bring down ILTW. Oh, dearie me. That went so bad, so quickly for Team Nigma.
They're going for Miracle.
They're not done, are they? They want the full 5-man team wipe. But BKB timely arrives for Miracle here as he can try to turn this one around, but they've still got a lot of physical damage to throw his way. They'll force him out of the fight. They won't get the kill, but still chasing back Miracle, and it was a big, big fight for Team Tundra. That's going to put them pretty far ahead.
Yeah, it's a huge win for them. I'm actually surprised that Nigma isn't realizing that they should be playing around the OD. You could see that the moment Bane sleeps OD, everyone starts TPing. But that's a little bit too late, like you should already be there. Kuroki was, but he's alone, he can't do that much. He was saving a Photic Shield for Bane's grip, but they killed him before the grip, so it didn't really help.
Well, Nigma, they're wasting no time in getting back involved here as they look on towards the next Assassin Nightmare. It's going to buy him a little bit of time, and oh my goodness, the wall, the damage, they're melting. Nigma, they turn up to this fight, and just as quickly, they are sent back home. Horrible timing here as 33 has just finished off this Aghanim Scepter, and I'm willing to bet he did a ton of damage in this team fight, but they just get grouped up together and taken on down so quick. Yeah, look at
Darkseer did 1700, PL did 18, so they kind of spread out the damage between the two of them. And they take down the tier 1. Look, they're protecting all their towers. They're playing versus an OD with a Meteor Hammer. They're playing versus an Abaddon, Morphling Kunkka. Kunkka that rushed BKB, that's literally his first item. I felt that Nigma really had early game advantage, but it's all gone right now.
12 kills, 4k gold advantage, and I mean this isn't like a slowly gained advantage. This is just those two team fights, bang, 4k, and once again, Snaking finds ILTW, gets him on full AG from the stun from Invis, not being greedy, going in for the damage or anything, just knows he needs to get the stun off ASAP, and that's going to be another great kill for the side of Tundra. What is happening? GH, this is not the neighborhood you want to turn up to. Goodness gracious, he is just gone.
And now Kunkka is stepping in. I really think that Nigma, they need to take a step back. Mind control? He's in problems too now.
I think he is, yes, I think he is. They're going to try and buy back here on GH, try and make something out of this, but with the Sonic Wave coming through, Mind Control will be taken care of. Miracle's going to go down as well. GH, is he going to die? He very well might. There's another wall. GH is able to steal the Sonic Wave, throw it back, but it doesn't really make a difference. He will now die. Kuro's on the run. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. I mean, if your kid's learning counting, this is a perfect match to watch right now.
Well, I lost count of how many heroes died there. One of them bought back, so that's like 5. If you count Morphling in, his first that's 6, right? 8k ahead, I can tell you that because I can read at least. Can't count, can see the numbers. 8k ahead for Tundra. This is 3 to 18. Some funny numbers are getting closer as well. If you're Nigma, you needed to take a step back, chill out, and make some 5-man move towards top a little bit earlier. Right now, it might be even too late after this chain feed that's just happened. What's good for them, though? They have this Blink Dagger on OD. I like the itemization from Kunkka. Well, I like the plan. He's going into this Radiance. It's decent versus PL. Can prove to be problematic versus Nyx Assassin and his Carapace, though.
Yeah, giving them the free stuns, talking about free stuns. This time Mind Control, though, from the high ground, gets off the Astral. That's going to give him a chance to get off his Strength Morph here on RTW. Fata, I like that Nightmare. He was just seeing if he was going to be overconfident. If he could Nightmare him on his... if he didn't Morph Strength, then he would have gone for the Grip. He didn't, so he leaves it. Cute idea.
He didn't have Grip as well. It's still on cooldown from a little bit earlier. Not that it matters, because you have OD and Abaddon around, right? Like, both of these heroes. Here we go. This is the 5-man smoke that I was expecting.
9k disadvantage here, but they've just picked up the Sanjin Yashra on LTW. It's a timing, it's a smoke. This could work for Nigma, but they need to find themselves a decent target. Do they have the lockdown to kill off the Queen of Pain? I think they might. 9. He reads them like a book, sees them just as they pop the smoke, gets himself away, and that is going to mean that Nigma are left empty-handed.
They see Fata. They did catch the Bane.
Look at Tundra here. They're being very cheeky here. Ooh, Mind Control. Jump onto Fata. I think Fata might be dead. Oh no. Alright, the first funny number Dream is dead, but the second one might still be there.
The second one is even closer now.
True.
So they managed to kill off a position 5 after missing a big kill on Queen of Pain. It's something, right? And because of that kill, you can gain control of your triangle at least. Perhaps farm the Ancients a little bit. But Tundra are in Like, there's a Yules on Nyx Assassin. All these items are coming up. There's a full Manta now completed on Skitter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Goodness gracious. That is concerning. Diffusal, Manta, PL, pre 20 minutes is always a red siren.
Ay, ay, ay. It's not getting easier for them.
It's not. RTW just constantly being pressured here, constantly being threatened. Doesn't feel good at all. But he is turning into this Dark Seer and stealing his Iron Shells, which is kind of cute. 33, talking about which, might be stealing more of those Iron Shells right now as they unleash onto 33. Can they save his life? Bado's going to come in with the Nightmare to try and buy him some time, but Miracle, he's got the BKB, trying to chase him down, but they won't kill off the Dark Seer, and now guess who's in? It's Skidder. He's trying to do some damage here, but he can't really get in. It's a little awkward from Tundra, but now they find GH. That's a kill they can get. The Torrent comes down, and now the Astral as well, holding back the advances off 9, but they're going to get on top of Miracle. Miracle without the BKB, he will fall. The Tundra are going to be happy with that. They won't find any more from this fight, at least.
Are scanning.
Time that you're engaging as Nigma, if you are trying to run, Miracle has to waste his BKB. Like, there's no other way. He needs to use that BKB and be the wall in front of his teammates, the wall that kinda slows everything down and prevents Tundra from catching onto Morphling. He's pretty much the sacrificial lamb at the moment.
The little lamb to go out on front. Snaking just constantly looking here. He's even got a Yules to set up on to the Rubik. Rubik though stealing Spike Carapace just to be annoying. Now stealing the Mana Burn. Can he get away here? 9, he's going to jump in. A Sonic Wave to try and finish the job. The Astral comes out though, keeping him alive.
Vacuum.
Just a little bit more will be needed. 9 jumps in and gets the double kill on the backline there. Kuro and GH both taken out. Now they lose mind control as well. It's 3 kills for 9. Can he make it 4 as they're jumping in for more? That vacuum down to the low ground onto RTW.
Rip.
It's cute, but it's not quite enough to get that kill. They don't have any more lockdown, therefore they will get away on the Morphling and on the Conquer. But Mike, what? It's 21 minutes into the game, Lizard.
Yeah, but we got one funny number. That's all we needed.
For like half a second.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of a double kill. They literally died to the same spell, but sure, I guess, why not? I mean, it was definitely 420 because they just got absolutely smoked on Team Nigma. My goodness. I think we were paused for about the same amount of time.